This is such a wacky ride here.
I think this experiment has failed every time. I'm glad you guys are here to see it.
A little bit here.
We'll see.
Because we are dealing with an adult.
What's going on? What's the concept?
Well, see, I am representing.
Now we're going to tighten here.
It's up two more. It's our 4-point high, so the fifth one.
Now, all right. Once the kids get here, then we're going to have to.
You like roller coasters?
Oh, yeah, by the way, Lauren, what'd you have for breakfast?
Donuts.
Donuts. Oh, this is cool. She'll just throw these donuts right up. I'm telling you. These donuts. Oh, let somebody hold your. Okay, so what? Let me take it from here, Lori's, for a minute, because we do have some people. So, what we're doing is we're strapping Lauren in the way she would be strapped in as an astronaut in the shuttle, for example. If she was being strapped in for the space shuttle, a pad technician would literally put his foot right on her chest and strap this right to the point where it's uncomfortable. Okay? If she was a mission specialist sitting in the back, there would also be somebody to push her into her seat so that she is just about uncomfortable. Now, Lauren, you can, when you're doing this, why don't you hold on to your straps here? Yeah. The smaller kids can hold on to these here. And then, Maurice, what you would help us do is release these. Yeah, it usually takes two hands to get that out, and then throw that all the way back and out of the way. Okay. Now, the question I get asked all the time is, why did you bring a barf machine to school or demonstration? And one of the things we did, we wanted to answer that question that dogged the scientists from the early days in the space program. See, they didn't know before Project Mercury whether an astronaut could actually eat and drink and live normally in space. This was still an open question. For example, because there's no up and down in space, the question was whether an astronaut would get so disoriented that he would puke inside his helmet and basically choke on his own vomit. So the idea is how much of swallowing is really depending on gravity. Okay. Other questions posed, whether or not the shape of the eyeball might change in orbit. That might disorient the astronauts, or they wouldn't be able to see the gauges. Okay. But the burning question right now is, can you swallow if you were upside down, just normally speaking? Anybody have a, if you were upside down, if you were standing on your head, could you swallow?
Yes.
You're all convinced. Well, that's probably because most of you are scientists or engineers or whatever. When we normally go to a school, we get about 50% of the students raise their hand. Yes, it's impossible to swallow. No, you can't do it. Absolutely impossible. So what we do with a victim like Lauren, a volunteer like Lauren, what we would do is we would say, as a matter of fact, why don't you let Bob hold your glasses? Okay. And okay, you don't have any chains and you're not chewing any gum. Very good, because you know that if you were chewing gum, you'd have to share it with all of us, right? So, the first thing we want to do is, what we'll do is we'll put Lauren upside down. We'll ask Lauren, would you just swallow some saliva?
Okay.
All right, so we've answered that question. How about a big hand for our volunteer, Lauren? Lauren has demonstrated properly that you can swallow. So then there's the other question. What happens if your spacecraft goes out of control? Would you completely throw up if you started into a forward roll or a tumble? And that, Clarice, if you would...
Put these to you.
Yeah. Because Lauren is actually, we're going to do a couple of forward spins on you. All right, you ready? Okay, very good. So, and then when we do the rotation, you're going to hold on to this bar here, But for right now, I'll tell you when, okay? Anyway, Lauren, you ready to go? We're locked in, locked and loaded. All right.
Oh, Lauren.
How you doing, Lauren? She's good.
How's that breakfast going?
Are you good for another 6 orbits?
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, you look like you did very well with that, all right? Oh, the other question is that your own hair? Okay. Sometimes when you go to schools, you want to make sure that you're not dealing with extensions that might get caught or whatever the case may be. So once we went up to Calabasas and we did Jaden Pinkett and Jaden Smith and the sister, and she has extensions and she likes to whip her hair back and forth. But you don't have that problem. What about going backwards? Do you have a problem going backwards? Okay, ready to go? All right. Let's see. How about going backwards and rotating? Okay, Lauren? Yeah. All right. I think she's okay. She's not going to throw up. Nothing's going to turn her. Absolutely. How about a big hand for Lauren, ladies and gentlemen? Now, the real reason why I bring this is I really want to talk about the nature of throwing up. Okay? Actually, does anybody know what the process is of swallowing? So that
The muscles squeeze it down and they keep the food going
absolutely
that way.
That's peristalsis.
Towards your stomach.
Absolutely. What we think of is the evolutionary advance of how a snake eats a mouse, literally squeezing in sequence. So that's how an astronaut can eat and drink while they're upside down. The other thing is, what we talk about is what is the nature of vomit? What is vomit made of? Come on, there's a lot of...
Chewed up food.
Besides food, what else?
Hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric acid, we're getting better. What else? What's red in vomit? Blood, exactly. What makes vomit green? I heard that, bile. Very good. Now we're getting into it. Very good. So there's bile, there's food, there's water, there's blood. Okay. Somebody said hydrochloric acid. Yeah, hydrochloric acid. If Lauren were to throw up on her mom's car or on her own car. I'm so used to talking to little kids. If you throw up on your car, that vomit could literally eat away at the paint, eat away at the metal. All of these acid-treated jeans is actually acid, and if you were to throw up on your blue jeans, it would bleach your jeans. Okay? But what is it that keeps the acid from burning a hole through your stomach? The mucus. Oh, okay. So you're like a mucus sputum. Yeah, you're the guy. Okay, very good. Okay, once again, a big hand for our volunteer, Lauren, ladies and gentlemen. All right, very good. Keep your head back, Lauren. We're going to unstrap you. Keep your head back. Do not move until we tell you to. Okay, now you can slide your feet sideways and step down. Very good. You want to always keep your hand on your subject matter at all times. All right, I need another volunteer, maybe someone who's still